Hmm. There you go. Excellent. There we go. Stream was acting a bit funny there. For a moment, I thought it went a bit funny, but it's working now. Just want to double check. Oh, just want to double check if. Yeah. Oh, there we go. It is going. It's coming through nice and well. Very good. Very good. So yeah, I'm back. Working on this fox picture. I'm just going to post in a few other places. Then I will begin my resume this painting. Oh, here we go. Comes to the broadest part of posting everywhere. Shouldn't take too long. Oh, burp. There we go. It's going to post on Twitter as well. Post on Twitter. Still considering of doing like a game stream at some point, but I'm not sure what game to play. I was thinking Phasmophobia. A few people have been asking me, would you play Phasmophobia on Twitch? And I'm like, maybe. I could do that. I could do Phasmophobia. It's a simple, straightforward game. It's a lot of fun. Scaring people. Watching other people being scared, but I've gone to a point where I'm less scared of the game, but it is fun. Been playing it too much. I'm on a fairly high level on it as well. Here we go. I'm just going to post on Twitter that I'm streaming, and then I'll begin this painting. So yesterday I blocked in some of the fox cub there. There's a little bit more work to be done on the foreground. I might increase the saturation a bit more on the front, and maybe the brightness a bit, and then I'll jump into adding some of the rendering in, and then lastly, if there's still time, work on the detail, and then it's done. The fox cub is done. Calcifer players, thank you for the follow. A potato is on its way to you. Thank you. I haven't actually started painting yet, just still in the process of tweeting everywhere that I'm streaming. I like to do this on stream, so it makes me look like I'm doing something, then nothing on a blank screen. I'm just going to retweet this here. Bang. Thank you. Oh, I need to clean this tablet as well. It's got some grime on it. I was eating pasta. I think it's got some... It's clean now. Okay. I think we're ready. How are you today anyway? How are you today? Or this evening or this afternoon? Calcifer player. Setting this up here. Finalised. There we go. Pretty good? Yeah, very good. Glad to hear. You're looking forward to Christmas? It's almost next week. Next week is like pretty much Christmas Day, isn't it? Let me just double check the calendar. I think it is next week, roughly. Yeah, next Friday. Next Friday is going to be Christmas Day. Can you believe it? How quick it's come through. I've still got to do a Christmas picture of some sort, but I realised that I thought I had like an extra week left, and I check the calendar every time, and it's like it's getting closer and closer. So hopefully this weekend or maybe tomorrow, try and get some stuff done. I've also been learning some Blender as well. I've been trying to learn Blender, making a donut. Made a donut out of it so far. I need to make a coffee cup next. I've been using the tutorial from Blender Guru, which is on YouTube. Interesting. He's got an interesting learning plan, but it's easy to follow. So if you ever want to learn 3D Blender, especially with Blender, I recommend his channel. It's pretty nice to watch. Tells you all the stuff you need to do. Haven't tried Blender before. Oh, okay, neither have I. I've used mostly Cinema 4D, which is more for video stuff, and the occasional. I used to use what was it called? 3D Studio Max 6, which was very old. I used to use it way back then, but then I stopped I've stopped doing 3D for some reason. I'm not sure why, but then I forgot everything. I tried Maya. Yeah, Maya's meant to be really good as well. Maya's interface is meant to be really intuitive, but Blender has improved a lot. The interface has become a bit more better at looking at, knowing where things are, because before Blender was a mess. So it's I wouldn't recommend it as a recommended program to use for 3D stuff, but now it's gotten better now. It's gone exceptionally better. But yeah, I recommend that. But so far, from using it so far, it's pretty hasn't been any problems. Been okay. But yeah. My aim to learn that is to make some sculpting, 3D sculpting with it. I've been using ZBrush a bit as well, but I found ZBrush to be a bit too messy, so I went to try and Blender instead, and Blender's been okay. I can't really show anything I've made on it because it's just basically just moldy shapes and stuff. Nothing really concrete. Nothing concrete. Okay, I'm just going to hit the record button here, so we can resume this Vox Pub. So recording has started. Just going to decide. Actually, before I begin, I'll pause the recording temporarily. I'm just gonna make a new file. Just do a few strokey strokes like that, just to get used to painting. Normally, I would do this before I start streaming, but I just started it. I just hit the broadcast button and went along with it. So so far, I've only made a few objects. Okay, yeah. What's your gain from learning Maya? What do you want to do with Maya? Do you want to learn to do models or animation, or trying to improve my drawing? Yeah. Okay, we're all in the same boat. Sometimes I try to spend at least 2 hours or 3 hours just doing studies. So and then one off stream like this. So well, at Maya, one course. Okay, oh, that's good. Very good. So, okay, what sort of course was it? Was it an animation course, or was it a video game course? Because I know a lot of game design courses now teach Maya, which is yeah, really cool thing to teach. Because back then, video game teaching wasn't really a common kind of kind of topic. Yeah, game design course, yeah. Concept artist, wow, yeah. That's a very technical role as well. Yeah, concept artist, it's one of them roles that you have to enjoy your technical skill, because if you hate it, because you're going to get a lot of people asking you to change things, like maybe this character needs a hat or something, or he needs something. He's a hat. Some weird Hamlin there with a hat there, but yeah, needs something. You're gonna get a lot of marketing people or executives saying, "Oh, he needs to have sunglasses on his eyes," or you have to concept up all that stuff. But yeah, it's a relatively fun job from a creative point of view, because you can get to come up with ideas and make them come to life, which is really good. I like that. Yeah, they usually go through a lot of change. Yeah. I think that's a common thing that a lot of people don't understand about concept arts. It's there are people out there that always will want changes made to a specific design or an idea, and you have to keep making the same iterations again and again. You may be involved drawing the same kind of character 18 to 20 to 100 times till you nail it down with what they want. But the cool thing is, I guess, is the rewarding aspect is if it gets approved, then it's your design that everyone gets to see in the world. That's the. At least I want to get good enough to get commissions. Oh yes, yeah. You gotta make some of that delicious money. It's the ultimate prize, the ultimate goal. Get some money in there. Get some of that gold and silver. The currency. Stuff that no one is willing to give. As I call it, money. But yeah, no. It's a good way to get into offering commissions as well, because as a concept artist, you can definitely come up with ways to improve a character's idea, a person's idea. Like, sometimes you may get what's it called, someone that may want a character drawn, and you've got a better way of interpreting that character based off the reference they give you, which is always nice. I try not to draw it exactly the same as what's been given, unless it's specifically told that I got to do it exactly like that. But most of the time, I get told, "Here's my character. Go crazy, make it happen," and I think that's the best. That's the best approach someone can give you. The best guide that someone can give you. Just make it come to life. You've got the freedom to make it happen. I think you'll feel more relaxed as well, which is nice. I guess it's a nice feeling as well, because you can express yourself and create something that you want to make, based on that character, rather than just following some fixed guideline. I've had that done to me a few times, where I had to follow a few character references in a specific way, and I strongly said that whilst that's a good idea, it might not be a good idea for the character. There's a better way you can do that, and I'll show that example. And sometimes the customer will go, yeah, what, that idea is better than what I've got here. Go with that idea, and then go along with that idea. So yeah, that's good. I'm just basically right now. I'm just loosening up, just basically making silly doodles here and there, just to get warmed up, and then I'll begin the painting of that fox cub. I'm just basically, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm basically just doodling, warming up with just kind of silly ideas. Could be a structure, I'm not sure. Just making things up. When did I start taking commissions? Oh, that's a good question. Way back, but I started out small, but like I mean, I think I started 18 or 19. I'm not sure, but like when I started out, I did it relatively small, and I wasn't prepared. But as you go along, you learn more as you go along. How you organise yourself. It's all about organisation and making sure you cover your tracks as well in terms of how you operate. So, for example, let's say someone wanted a commission. Let's say someone wanted a character done or something, and you have to ask yourself, what stages. It's good to have a state to explain your stages to the customer. How do you work? How you work. So once they know how you work, then they can work with you. That'll be the best way to start. And that's something I never really did when I first started out. I just basically just took orders in and did them out as I wanted to. And then when customers came back with changes, I would get overwhelmed with changes. And yeah, that's when things got a bit. Then I started to realise that is that that might be a bit too. I might be doing this the wrong way. I think this and it's a common hurdle where a lot of artists tend to they get fed up of it. They get fed up of doing these commissions or they slow down, or they slack, or they hate doing commissions. And then work becomes sloppy, or the customer never receives the artwork, or even worse, they get the artwork, but it's not as good as what they expected it to be, because the artist's mind and effort is not into it, because it's a commission, isn't it? Commission is not the same as doing personal pieces. You have to make that transition from personal art to business. Because it's a business now, isn't it? You're working with people. People are paying you money to make stuff, so you have to you have to still be passionate about it, but you still have to be focused on like, yeah, this is like, this person's paying me money for this piece. I need to, make this is, I gotta show them what I'm made of, show them why I enjoy doing this stuff. So, how's it going, Rogue Blazer? Yeah, but yeah, I start off back to the original question. Obviously, I'm kind of yammering on about yammering on now. I'd say 18 or 19, but yeah, I wasn't prepared though. That's my, I wasn't prepared for it at the time. But as time's gone on, I've learned the steps. I've refined my ways of how to handle and how to handle my workflow. Yeah. Yeah, correct. I think this whatever I'm doing here is done. Right, let's start painting that fox. Back to that fox. Okay. Boom. Let's resume that recording. Wicked. Yeah. Nothing can prepare. I'd say start with one order and see how far you get. But chances are, if you enjoy what you're doing, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Got nothing to worry about whatsoever. Actually, I was gonna mess around with this bright saturation, color balance. It's got curves. What's curves? Curves. There we go. There we go. Actually, I might come back to it later. Get the fox done first. I have to find my motivation to practice my drawing first. Okay, well, the best way to motivate yourself is you have to find your reason why you want to draw. Why do you want to draw? Why do you want to? Why do you get up out of bed? Why do you get out of bed to draw? You need to find that drive. You need to find that drive, the reason to get out of bed to draw. The moment you find that reason, then that's your bait. You have to find that reason to draw. That's if you can get that down, there's nothing stopping you. That's always a tricky thing to think about. Like for me, I'm just curious about when I first started off drawing or any kind. I was fascinated by the human form, how to draw the human form. There's so many ways to draw the human form. It's unbelievable. There's so many processes, and it's interesting to understand and learn those approaches. And at the time, I was still like an empty book, and I didn't know much about these processes. I looked through so many books. I came across a lot of books and a lot of artists, master artists to modern artists, to seeing how they approach form drawing. How to draw the form. And I used to go to life drawing class as well, and I used to apply those forms, those techniques. Because like normally those how to draw books are the common way most people tend to draw forms, which is fine. But I wanted more. I wanted to go further. I wanted to go further than that. I wanted to see, what makes these other approaches better than the others, and what I found interesting is the fact that when drawing the human form or any kind of form, it's like a problem. It's a problem you got to solve, isn't it? It's a problem. It's like a scientific problem. So, for example, let's say if we treat the drawing as a science test, the problem. Let's break it down into three categories: the problem, the plan of action, and the conclusion. That's how scientists work, don't they? Scientists have a problem. They write down how they're going to solve the problem, and then they carry out the experiment, and then write down the conclusion. What's the conclusion of this experiment? Did it work? Did it fail? So it's the same thing with drawing. You apply the exact same thing with drawing. So first you find the problem, which is you're trying to draw the figure. How are you gonna how are you going to solve it? Well, you're going to try this technique. This technique is going to help me get to where I'm going to get to, which is the finished product of that form. So you carry out that experiment, and if it succeeds, you basically make note of it, or you be aware of the results. And if it's helped you, then you keep on going. If it hasn't, you have to understand where you've gone wrong and why it hasn't worked, and how to remedy it. So yeah, I've tried to treat every problem that I come across as a scientific problem. How to resolve it, how to fix it, and it's a great way to identify problems or weaknesses, and how to fix those weaknesses. Because drawing is always about solving problems. So if you can know what the problems are, it takes time to identify them. I think it's the same with anatomy as well. Learning trying to draw anatomy is another kind of test, again, test of experiments to try out. So how to draw the arm. So the problem is right now the problem is you don't know how to draw the arm or the anatomy of the arm. What's the investigation? What does the investigation involve to solve that problem? So it could be that looking at anatomy books, maybe looking at how the arm actually works, maybe looking at skeletal structures of the bone, the arm bone. There's all these little things you can break the problem down into, and then the conclusion is, what have you learned from that investigation? And if you've learned something from it, then you can tick it off, have a little checkbox and tick it off and say, look, okay, I've done this experiment, and this is what I learned from it. On to the next problem, and you just keep going. But yeah, that's my approach. That's what got me interested into drawing. Problem solving and things like that, and the curiosity of approaches of the human form, how to draw the human form in life drawing. And there's so many ways, which is good, because that means I can now, if I want to draw a form or something, I've got multiple ways or approaches to draw the same problem, to fix the same problem. It's good to have multiple ways of solving problems than to have just one way. Having just one way to solve a problem leaves you limited to, resolving something, because you may come across something that you may not be able to solve with one idea. You may need to learn multiple ways to fix something. So yeah, it's a lot to do, but I took the time to study these different approaches, and it's paid off. I think I believe it's helped me gain a better insight of capturing the form analysis and analyzing, and like things like this. I'm always analyzing, I'm always looking at things and how shape works and how color works, and same thing with capturing a form. We're capturing a form, human form. You're basically looking for shapes, looking for color, looking for angles, looking for shapes. But it's not, I wouldn't say it's a first. I wouldn't say it's a instant learning thing. It took ages. But I can say it's been a rewarding journey, I guess, if that's my reflection of it, reflecting back on it. In your opinion, is normal human form harder or easier than human's? Easier, because the reason why it's easier is because we are human. There's plenty of humans out there you can draw. There's plenty of if you typed in like human reference, you'd find loads of human references. There's I mean, there is no such thing as anthropomorphic figures in the world. There's nothing like that exists. This is where you want to be a concept artist. This is where you can apply your concept knowledge. This way you can really experiment and discover your own way of drawing the human with the animal attributes, isn't it? So this is where you become the master of your invention. Think of it as, think of creating anthropomorphic characters as an invention. Yeah, like think of yourself as an inventor. You're an inventor. You're right. You're thinking of a way of how these species are going to work. How these species walk? How do they talk? How do they stand? How do they sit? This is your invention, isn't it? This is where you have to think about these things and come up with your way of how they should look. So, and the cool thing is, if you discover a way to do them, you become its master. You become the master of your invention because you created it. It's your rules, your rules on how you create this form. So it's something to think about there. And obviously, a lot of people in the anthropomorphic fandom, they all tend to have the same kind of similar way of creating the form, isn't it? They have the same similar way, which is fine. But if you're trying to find a unique element, if you're trying to add your own unique element to it, it's very difficult because it's tricky to come up with something new. But saying that, there's always room for improvement. You can always take an idea that exists already and look at it and say, well, this works, but if it was me, I'd probably fix this. I can probably improve this. I can take it the next level. So that's something to think about there. So humans are a lot easier to draw, considering that they already exist in the world, and there's plenty of it. Yeah. Humans don't have that much fur, so it's easy to render, easy to render out fur. Because when you have fur, there's a lot more details to worry about and a lot of little shapes and stuff. But with humans, it's just basically one tone, flat skinned. But then you have to think about the texture of skin and stuff like that. But that's just another element of problems. But yeah, humans are easy to do. And the thing is, the human skull and the animal skull have similar relationships. So if you can always do like a comparison of human versus canine, or human versus frog, or human, well, not frog actually, but humans versus wolves, felines. I think amphibians will probably have a different skull structure. I've not actually studied amphibian frog skulls or something like that, but yeah, canine skulls do have like a resemblance to the human skull, so you can find relationships there and work on top of that. Yeah. So have you decided what have you thought about what motivates you to what's going to motivate you to do the studies? That's the question. What motivates you to draw? That's the question to ask. That's the right question to ask. What motivates you to pick up that pencil or pen or stylus and draw? What that's the ultimate question that most people tend to. It takes a while to think about what it is they really want out of drawing. And there's no right or wrong answer, really. That's the interesting thing. There's no right or wrong answer for that. It's about knowing, finding yourself and understanding why it is you want to do it for your own benefit. I mean, I've had some people say they do it for the money. That's fine, but like, yeah, money can resolve a lot of things, but you need to be a bit more realistic than that as well. I'd say one of the things most makes me enjoyed in yeah, there you go. See, so it's a way to relax. It's good. No, it's good. That's a good answer. Yeah, it's valid. Yeah, I found drawing to be a place to get away. Just like so that this fox I'm working on right now is just the way of just relaxing and painting and chilling out. Keeps me focused. Keeps me conscious about processes and approaches and stuff. Like makes sure, you know, when I'm doing commissions as well, I'm doing the same kind of process here. So it you know, keeps me. It makes sure that I don't become wishy-washy with my process. But this also gives me this gives me time to also discover ways to do rendering and stuff as well, and texture. That, you know, obviously on commissions I can play around with it, but this sometimes works as well, just as fine. Because as a study, I can play around with it a bit more as well. Before I continue, let me just post. I forgot to post on my channel that I'm streaming. Let's forget this. Just post it here quickly. Creative human work on Foxtel. Boom. Yeah. Okay. And let's move this up here. Got to move some windows around. Keep overlapping my windows all over the place. Need to get. I think I was tempted to get a third monitor, but I think 3 monitors might be a bit overkill. I don't really need that many monitors. 2 monitors is enough, but having a third one would probably solve my problems in terms of, you know, having more windows to move around. But I think if I had a third monitor, I think I'd probably run into the problem of taking all the space up from that, and then saying to myself I need a 4th monitor, and the problem will just keep on going up each time I acquire another monitor. Whoops. Let's move this to the side. Got a lot of windows overlapping each other. I'm just trying to find my, there we go, window here on it. Yeah. So both of these monitors I'm using right now, they're 24-inch monitors. They're not that big. 24-inch sounds big, but I don't know. I think they're big, but like you can get like 27-inch. I mean, it'd be nice to have a 27-inch monitor. That'd be slightly bigger, slightly more resolution, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I'm very conscious about the color accuracy as well, because the one I'm using right now is being calibrated. I've got a color calibrator, but the one on the left, which is a Samsung monitor, which is more of a gaming monitor, so it's not really accurate. Even when calibrated, the colors are both. This is accurate. This is not so accurate. Even though it's calibrated, it tries to get close to the quality of this screen, but the brightness of the screen of the Samsung one is not as bright as this one. This one has more range. This is fairly newer than this one, but yeah. So there's one of the sort of things when I want to be paintings is that I'm conscious about making sure the colours that I paint are what I see, and not what what the monitor shows me. So there's been in the past I've had problems where I was when my screens weren't calibrated. I was trying to paint something, and when other people saw colours differently to mine, that they looked a bit more brighter, more reddish and greenish. That's because the default settings of the monitor weren't done properly. I mean, most of these monitors tend to be vibrant because it's all about, if you're playing video games, it doesn't really matter about the accuracy of the colour, but as long as it looks vibrant and amazing, it doesn't really matter. But if you're painting or if you're into photography, colours really matter, especially if you're conscious about colour. So yeah, that's one of the important things there. But nowadays, most monitors, especially IPS monitors, they're worth investing in. If you got money to buy an IPS monitor, do get them. Or obviously the Mac screens are always the best ones to invest in, because Mac screens tend to be fairly accurate as well. Let me resume my recording. Just lost my window again. There we go. Reference window. Okay. Bring that back here again. Resume. There we go. Yeah. Depends how much work you do on how many screens you need. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You're very right. You're very right. To be honest, I think having 3 screens for me, I probably wouldn't use the third screen as much. Don't think I'll need to use 3 screens. seen a lot of streamers use like 3 screens, and I'm thinking, well, that's a bit overkill. I've seen some people use 2. 2's the maximum, I think. Anything any more than that, it's just asking for trouble. So I'm going to bump this up when I'm done. Actually, I might bump this up now, actually. I was going to plan to do it sooner. Let's do it now. So, yeah. I think if I just do a brightness on this, brightness and contrast. It's levels. It's not what I want. Brightness and contrast. Okay, there we go. Just going to bump this up. There we go. There we go. So it's bump that up a bit, but knock that up a bit more. So I'll try and match that level of greenery. In fact, what I can do then is just duplicate that. Might seem a bit weird there, but that's fine. I'm just going to move these down onto that. I'm just going to merge them down. Merge. And merge. There we go. So it's a bit more brighter. Excellent. So that green now, I'm just going to bring it down a bit. Oh. Use the 50% approach. Oh. There we go. Yeah, cheats a bit by using the filter there. So normally when I do these studies, I try to avoid using filters, but I've learned that sometimes it's just best to use the software's tools to your advantage. Even though it's like everything's just like flatly coloured, does not hurt to really, go for it. Otherwise, you'd be really. It depends on what your approach is, but I find that because I used to avoid using any kind of filters, straight on paint, nothing else, and I realised that that's fine to do, but at the same time, if there's a tool there that exists which saves time, get it. Just use that tool. Just use that tool and get it done. That's the way I've been doing it recently. No point dilly-dallying around trying to get it all done, done properly and stuff. Just if there's a way to solve it, do it. Because time's against you. I mean, with these streams, I'm trying to do them under like 5 hours. The last picture I painted, which was the what was it? It was a lemur. Lemur took about 5 hours tops, and that took a long while because I was messing around with it. The face on it is still slightly off a bit. I noticed, so I'm going to fix that, possibly outside the stream at some point, and then put it on YouTube after as a speedy painting. But it was a challenge because I've never painted lemurs before, so it was another kind of attempt at doing these sort of things, because I find that it's best to challenge yourself, take yourself out of the comfort zone. That's the best thing to do. Take yourself out of the comfort zone and paint and see what happens. If you fail, you failed, and it's best to fail than to have not tried. So I think I tried, and I think I failed. But I can show you if you want to see it. If you want to see the lemur, I can show you the lemur picture. If you'd like to see it, I can happily open up the file. But yeah. Oh, let me stop recording for a second. Pause that. Here we go. Let's have a look at that lemur. Lemur study. Oh, file's not found. What is it? I think I've put it somewhere else. Here you go. Here we go. Boop. There we go. Here's lemur. So yeah, this took a lot longer than 4 hours. kept messing, and then the last bit here along this section, along the hip area, it took longer. I was still trying to find the direction of the fur and stuff and the texture, and the values were putting me off as well. But yeah, this is like not using, yeah. So all this stuff was not done with any texture brushes, just normal rounded brush, normal rounded normal rounded Photoshop brush. But it shows you that you don't need a special kind of texture brush. You know, you don't need any special brushes to do a painting. You can still do a painting with a normal brush. It's how you think. You got to think in shape. You got to think in abstracts, and break it down. So if I reverse everything, oh, probably can reverse it. Is this the one? There you go. There you go. Yeah. So you can see, it's all broken down into shapes, and I'll break it down even more. There you go. Oh, yeah. There you go. It's line down to the line work. So if we get rid of the background as well, strip away the background. Oh, keep that one there. Where's that tree? There we go. If you get rid of everything, including the tree trunk, there we go. So you start with the lines, and with backgrounds, borders, and everything there. Yeah. So, yeah. Then you add in the values, the colors that you see. You build up on it. Shapes, subdivide the shapes. Think of smaller shapes, and then when you're satisfied, then you start rendering it out. Soften up certain areas. Keep those shapes that you created, but not completely blur it out. You know, not completely blur it out, because that's what a lot of people keep doing. You know, when you try and bring two colors together, but just try and keep the direction going, and then start adding the detail. Then the last bit, the last 20%, the last 10%, 20% of the work is detail, and then that's it. And add whiskers at the end. The whiskers at the end. Boop. There you go, whiskers. Yeah. So. It depends. It depends. Like you can, you could use circles if you want to. I mean, when I draw, when I observe things, I look for actual abstract shapes, because I mean, you can use a circle to build these things if you want to. If you prefer that approach, that's fine. There's multiple ways to do things. I mean, normally when I start any kind of drawing off, I always go for an abstract shape. So if I'll draw over this lemur. So when I originally started this piece, I used. So when I look at this lemur, I basically look for. Oh, where's it gone now? Where's my layer gone? There we go. I look for the like this general shape. You know, when you look at it, you know, that is a general shape. You see that shape. It's kind of like that, but I've kept it straight like that. And then so it's a case of being abstract like that, and then you can start subdividing it. So then you can start comparing. Like think of yourself as what this approach is. I've used quite a bit in my stuff. So like what I tend to do is I try and use it. Try to be like a cartographer. Cartographer, like I think is that the right word? Cartographer is someone that makes islands. So it's the same kind of thing. So I'm thinking about these angles and stuff. So you know, if I assume if I'm telling myself that this end here is his butt, then somewhere you know, so on the vertical plane, it needs to end somewhere. So I can probably say, well, if he probably turns in from there, and then also like another thing you can do is also draw the background in as well. So I use the background as a guide to help me in terms of, you know, where things are. So if I draw a little compass here, I can do like angle comparisons and stuff as well. So like I think on this one I've kind of done it here, like that tip of the you know, if I put this line up here, I guess that's kind of close there. Things like that. I like doing comparisons like that. So the shoulder, if its shoulder goes there, yeah, kind of there. So yeah, so that line there meets up with that. So I'm always checking for things like that. There's a gap. There's a little bump there. I think there's a little bump there. Yeah, there's a little bump there. A little bump there as well. Oop. And comes down like that. So it's a case of checking for shapes and angles and horizontal and vertical relationships. There's a lot of bit of a thought process there, but it's what's helped me identify shapes. But saying that, I mean, if you were to do it in basic shapes, you can do it in basic shapes. It will be I guess it could be a circle, isn't it? So you could start off with a circle, and then think more in terms of spherical shapes. This could be one big tube. Again, there is no right or wrong approach. It's about knowing what knowledge you know in terms of what's it called, in terms of how to solve a problem. Hey Softchin, how are you, Softchin? How are you today? Are you not streaming? I thought you were streaming. Yeah. There's multiple ways of solving drawing problems, and that's the oh, I see. Secretly watching me whilst you're streaming. I think it differs if you're going for more realistic style instead of a cartoon. Not really, because that's a good. You raise a point there. You raise a good point there. So I find that if you know, see, anime and cartoony, they're all styles. Same with realistic. So realistic is a style as well. You just said there, realistic style, cartoony style, anime style. They're styles, but the important element about those things underneath it is one thing that's important for all of them, which is structure. If you understand the structure of what you're drawing, you can apply any style to it, and that's an important thing, especially for artists that want to get good at drawing. I think if you nail down the structure, if you know how something looks structurally, I don't see why not you can apply your style over it, if that makes sense. You know, it's an interesting thing you point out there. Because like, even if you get, like, so for example, this fox, if the structure is put in place, you can now, if I wanted to, I can start, I can go over it and start applying a bit of anime eyes and really simplify the structure to make it look anime. But the thing is, the structure's there to make it look like a fox. So in our visual eyes, the structure will still retain the fox characteristics, but the style will be the style that we want it to be. And it's important because a lot of artists don't really focus on structure; they focus on style. And then what happens is you run into problems. I'm sure you probably may agree with me on this. You'll run into problems where people draw a dog that looks like a fox, or a wolf that looks like a cat, or a cat that looks like a dog, or every kind of species looks like a dog. And that's because the artist doesn't know much about the structure of what that animal or species or person or whatever looks like. So structure is important. If you get down the structure, you can do anything. You can do anything with it. I think it's important from an artist's point of view. If you plan to get good in art, or to get into the next, take your work somewhere that you want to take it more seriously, if you get the structure down, everything takes care, the hard work takes care of itself. And I think that's important. Structure, and then after that, once you learn the structure, you can learn any style you want, any style. That, like if you apply for like Disney will say, this is the style we go for. You already know if you already know the structure, you can learn the style anytime. You can they'll probably give you like a style guide, which is that's why it's called a style guide. They'll give you a character sheet and style guide, and say, look, this is the style we expect you to draw in. But we expect you to know the fundamentals or the structural understandings of that subject. So, see, something to know, something to think about there. Structure. It's one of the things important things to, especially if you're drawing anthropomorphic, because there's different animals always look different to one another, and species-wise. So it's good to what's it called? Know what those differences are structure-wise. So yeah, another good way to learn structure for animals, going back to the anthropomorphic side, is what's it called? Skulls, animal skulls. Do a lot of animal skull studies. I'd say find a fox or a wolf skull and study that, draw it, see and then do a comparison of that to a human skull, and see how if there's any similarities between the two. You'll be surprised at what you find. I guarantee you'll be surprised at this discovery you'll make. You go, damn, I didn't know that, and like it'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. It blew my mind when I first discovered a correlation between the human skull and a canine skull. Blew my mind. I was like, damn, I can see why enhancing my knowledge on these things helps when it comes to doing other things. Yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, we're going on about it. Went crazy there. Whoa. But yeah, it's good knowledge. Good to know. It's good to know structure. And what was I doing in this fox? That's it. That's a line. I'm going to slowly start to erase the lines here and start to move towards drawing the fox. I'm actually going to start drawing over it a bit with a light, with a darker, maybe take a darker brown and just really maybe a grey. Maybe add a bit more pressure, like loss, softer pressured line. Just going to try and get these shapes in. I'm just going to. There we go. Okay, so I'm just basically adding some line work over the fox, because the line work showed the eyes and stuff. So I'm just basically erasing these things rather than, so as you can see, because I erased the lines, it doesn't look much. But if I draw them over just a little bit, it brings them back into the painting. Yeah. Same with the nose as well. I'm just going to zoom in a bit more. I'm just going to increase the black on that, and then just going to make these little nose outlines here. And then when I start rendering, which is fairly soon, I'll be painting over this again just to make sure that I've got all these things in place. See, so yeah, I'm not gonna actually in fact that won't be needed there, because as you can see there's no line edge there. It's an illusion, optical illusion of his edges. The edges is kind of fading away into the green fur there, so that's fine. I don't have to worry about that. But the nose I did there, the mouth, that's fine as well. It's just the eye part that was concerning me there, but that's fine. I can live with that. And so I'm just going to do some minor work on the ears here again. Just want to get these little strands in, just add a bit more white there. Oh, just going to get rid of the. Oops. Just going to get rid of the pressure there. So go back. There we go. It's better. So I'm just basically adding these hard edge lines in there, lines of the ear tufts. There we go. So all this hairy stuff on the fox, it's all going to be that's the detail part. I'm not going to do it now because it'll take me ages. There's just too many strands of white fur there. But for now, that's fine. That is good. There's a bit more lighter value here, so I'm just gonna bump this up here just a bit more. Fox base. Yeah, there we go. Some here as well. Actually, that's a bit too bright. There we go. Beautiful. So one of the things I like about these studies as well is that the fact that my aim is not to try and literally copy it. I like to add my own flair to it. So obviously mine isn't exactly angled towards because look at from the reference, it looks like it's angled more towards the left there. Mine's angled more towards the front there, but that's fine. I've given my fox a bit more bigger eyes than the one on the reference, which is fine as well. I think it adds a bit more personality, making that judgment call on how to make it similar but not too similar. Because what's the fun in copying? Because all we're doing right now is pretty much copying what we see, which is okay for study purposes, but I think it's good to also expand from there. Decide what you think is good. Take that leap, and say, look, I'm doing this study, but I want to add my own touch to it as well. Just subtle ones, but I think they're fine to do. I think that's fine to do. I might make his muzzle more pointy, though. I think I might have to do that, because even though I've might make it just a tad bit more pointy. I can do that by just copying that forward. I think, yeah, I can. So even though it's on the line work, I'm just gonna just a tad bit. There we go. Just a little bit forward. Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, because yeah, I never try to encourage copying, outright copying a painting. If you're studying, that's fine, but it's always, especially with critters, it's always good to just add your own flair to it. Just gives, it makes it more fun, makes it more exciting, because it's giving you a purpose to, create something. Why blindly create something? Copy. Just blindly paint something. Why copy it? Paint color for color when you can't add your own flair to it. It's fine to do that if you're trying to learn color, but if you're doing it also to play around with, experiment, you can always add your own flair to it, but obviously not totally to a point where it ruins everything, where it's breaking away from what you're trying to learn. But so for example, if you make the eyes bigger, that's fine. Make the ears big. I could make the ears a lot more bigger to look like a Finnick. So it's down to things like that. You can play around with it, and I think that makes it exciting. Makes the study a bit more engaging for yourself, and unwind, and winds you. You gotta chill. You gotta chill out when you're having well, actually not chill out. You got when studying. Gotta make it fun. Otherwise, there's no point. Gotta have some fun. If you're not having fun with it, this is where a lot of artists tend to just not want to draw. They prefer to play video games or Twitch gaming, which is what I was thinking about doing at some point. I want to play some. I was going to play some Phasmophobia, spooky Phasmophobia. Do you like me some horror games? That's what this channel that's what this channel originally was. I used to play a lot of horror games and some classic PC games, but mostly horror games. So I start off with Alien Isolation followed by Dead Space on the hardest difficulty, and then from then on, I think then I went to play Resident Evil 3, which is good. I was planning to try and get that game on Christmas. You should get it. You should get it. It's a very good game. It's a great game to play with people. I've not found the players on there, the random players, to be much of trolls. They're not trolly, which is good. Everyone's on there. Everyone's pretty decent. I've been playing with random people now and then just to see what happens. There seems to be pretty chill people. It's nice. It's a nice community. You obviously you do get the one or two crazy people, but you don't have to listen to them. You can always leave the game. So, but I'd say 90% of the time, I've not had any problems with anyone. It's been great. So, but I don't know if I would stream me playing with randoms. I probably would play it with people I know, just to save the craziness of, because some people do are a bit vocal about ghosts and stuff, or their profanity levels just go out the window. And it's fine to be spout profanity, but some of them do it because they know you're streaming or something. So things like that. It's just ridiculous, but most of the time it's fairly chilled. But yeah, if you like horror games, ghost hunting kind of games, it's definitely a great game. It's a bit buggy. It is buggy. And you need to have Windows 10. If you don't have Windows 10, you're gonna have a bad time. It's not a Windows 7 game, sadly. I originally was on Windows 7 when I was gifted the game. Someone gifted me the game, bless them, and yeah. The microphone thing doesn't work on Windows 7. You need to own Windows 10 for that. So you can play the game, but you can't use the Ghost Box, the Spirit Box device, where you can talk to the ghost and stuff. See some ghost gameplay of Ghost? Yeah. Oh, how to get them in a truck? Oh, yeah. That must be a bug then. I've never seen a ghost going into a truck, but if it does, then that's definitely a bug. All right, cool. Well, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Thanks for hanging out, and hope you have a great day. No worries. You're welcome. No. Keep on drawing. Keep on drawing, as I say. Get that motivation in and get drawing. Yeah, feel free to do so. Yes, yeah. Hope to see you then. Okay, it's got some glow there. Okay. What I forgot to do is flip the canvas. Let's see. Flip horizontal. Ooh. Yeah. Looks a bit derpy there. Let's have a look at this. Quite the same thing going on here. Okay. So we're going to start doing the fix now. Call it fix. Okay. Try and bring this down. Comes down here. Oh, in fact, we'll just erase that. So, flip the canvas, just making some fixes on the muzzle there. Obviously my Fox is slightly different to the reference, but that's fine. Just want to make sure I get the shape right. That's what I want. And shape's important. Gotta get that shape right. I think tonight I was gonna do some more 3D learning, or maybe do some. I need to think about the Christmas picture, because I was doing a Christmas picture for next week, and I need to get around to start doing that. So there's a lot of things going on. A lot of things that need to be done. I don't think I should take some time to play video games. That's be out of the question. Ugh. I know someone who recently bought the game, the Phasmophobia game, might want to play a few games. I'll have to ask. Actually, you know what? I'll have to ask them later if they're up for that. Let me just double check. Let me just pause the recording for a second. Let me see if they're still up for. Left a message. Oh. Coffee. It's gone slightly cold, but it's nice. Chilled coffee is always nice to enjoy. I've never been a fan of like extremely hot coffee, because it just could burn your tongue. So nice and chilled coffee is good. Oh yeah, good stuff. Oh. Let me just minimize a few windows here, and here we go. And where is the window I was looking at? There we go. YouTube screen, and oh, where is that? What reference window? There it is. What reference window? Cool. Okay, let's resume the recording. Okay. Okay. Resume. Boom. Cool. Yeah. So I'm just basically trying to get this looking kind of symmetrical, but not symmetrically weird, because I don't want to make it too symmetrical, because that's when you lose the goodness of what this Fox could look like. So yeah, just giving that sense of fixtures that it deserves. Excuse me. It's a bit brighter. It looks a bit brighter, so I might just. I might just bring in that value in, and then bring in that other value there. There we go. Might need to bump up a bit more, maybe just a tad bit there. Yeah. Yeah, I like to make sure that it looks nice. You know, kind of it looking a bit wishy-washy now, can we? So Soft Chin, if you're listening, what have you been up to? I know I was watching you stream some stuff. You working on anything nice? Or are you just listening to me whilst muted? I think you're listening to me whilst muted, I think. Sneaky muted. cheek there needs a bit more definition, I think. A bit more definition on those. I do love to listen to some synthwave. Sorry, it's hello right now, but I can't because YouTube would not be very happy with me right now. That's better. That's a better. This so flipped it around, so that's that way. But then this one comes inwards, so it's more of a curve. Curvy. Yeah, there we go. It's not letting me. Oh, that's I know why. There's a. I think one of these layers is getting in the way of that. Is it? What's going on here? That brown part there. Oh, it's this. I knew it. It's the foreground. Let's get rid of that. I think that fox may need to go. Yeah, I'll probably cut that out. So let's erase that. Let's erase that. There we go. Erase that line there. Get in the way there. Just get in the way. Okay. Oh, it looks a bit better than before. I'm just going to fix that brow line as well. It's coming a bit too deep there. There we go. There we go. Flip it back again. Can we flip it back? Yes, we can. Yes. Okay, it's looking a bit better. It's looking a bit better than it was before. I'm glad with that. Oh. Eye is a bit more faded away because of the blue lighting. I think there's some blue lighting going on there. Really pastely. There we go. Some of that. Some of those lines. It's there, but it's not quite there. Kind of like a reflective. Yeah. Cool. It's a bit more grey there, but I think when I start rendering now, which I should probably start now, is when all this comes together. So let's do it. Okay, so I'm gonna group this up. Call it Fox Cub. Fox Cub. I'm gonna do render over that. Render. Okay, let's begin. So 80% brush, rendered brush. How long I've been streaming for? Let me just pause a second. Let me just see how long I've been streaming for. I've been streaming for 1 hour 13 minutes. Wow, an hour's gone already, and having a lot of fun. Let me just check something here. Yeah, all good, all good, all good. Oh good. I should probably post this on server. Where's it gone? Where's that link gone? Oh, it's gone. Guess it's for one moment, guys. Share. No. Oh, here we go. There we go. Sweet. Right. Back to work. Got to ping the post, that's all. Ping in the post. Minimize this down a bit. Here we go. Couldn't see the YouTube video link. Always forget to see that. Okay, so now we're at the rendering stage. Well, is it recording? Why is it not recording? There we go. Okay, let's start to bring it all together now. So it's where things get a bit funny now, but I was going to make that more whiter. It's going to paint over the line work a bit. That's fine. Don't need the line work anymore. So I'm just basically just bringing these values, some of these values together, keeping the rest intact, but also going to shape the direction of the fur as well, because that's what's going to play the part here. Oh, Photoshop decides to blotch me a hard value. Lovely. Getting these all shapes in. But I'm not trying to erase it. Don't want to erase anything. But I just want to subtly bring these colours together a bit as well. Oh, there you go again. A hard blotch. Not sure what, still not figured out what causes that, but not much I can do, sadly. It's one of those problems, and I'd be pretty happy if the Ryzen 9 fixes that problem, but I'm thinking it probably won't. Probably won't. It'll probably come back and haunt me on a new rig. To be honest, I should probably ask another fellow artists who use who are on Ryzen 9 and use it for digital art, and see if they suffer the problem that I have with the Wacom. Because if it's not, then that'll be good. Well, actually, this needs a bit more grey. Because there we go. It's a bit more dark. There we go. Actually, a bit more dark green. There we go. So there's a bit of green going on there. I'll have to just wash it, do like a wash of green. There we go. Let's get green again. There you go. Wash it there. Just a wash of green, like so. It's really grey, but it's not really green. It's like a subtle, diffused, desaturated yellow. So here comes the ears. Just try to work on it as fast as I can. It's not a race, but I'd like to get this done. But I got a feeling I won't be done with this tonight on this session. It's gonna be I think it might be tomorrow's session, or maybe work on it offline and get it done offline, as I used to do before back in the day. I used to do streams like this. I used to do paintings like speed paintings like this and record them locally, and then obviously wouldn't get lost in stopping to talk to people, but yeah, talking to people is great. It's one of the nice things about streaming. Interaction, the training myself to talk. Speech is a problem for me, but trying to tackle it by doing these streamings. It's a good way to achieve that goal, if you know what I mean. To be vocal and talk about things and stammer less. Stammer less is the right way to say it as well. Less stammering, less stammering. So the neck tuft here, the neck tuft of the fox. I need to once this picture is finished, I might actually email or actually tweet that person, the photographer has a tweet, and let them know that I've used their public domain photo as a study piece. It's been a lovely thing for them to do. Not a lot of people offer pretty decent photos as public domain, because most of good photography is not free, never free. So, but I am planning to purchase some actual photography shots in the future for studies and stuff. If I get my channel back on track again in terms of posting frequently, I think the streams are helping for that on that point. But I need to keep on going a bit more on that. Try and get more people involved and try and get more people attention to my channel, and hopefully make it grow, and hopefully with enough support to do more of these kind of studies based on actual good photography shots, and engage in a wider community, a great community from this, people that want to excel in painting and have fun doing these things, because it's a great way to escape from problems in life. It's a great way to express yourself, and it's an achievement as well because it's painting. So painting's great. Those that probably have heard of Bob Ross, he's a fantastic painter, and the reason why it's so good is the fact that he used his skill to demonstrate that you can do great things with painting. Oh, there you go. So yeah, it's good. He's a good example, prime example of. I guess this works with most artists out there as well who go down that path. It's a great way to. It's a great thing to give back as well if you. As a skill. Oh, each side. Yeah, chat's gone quiet, so that's fine. It's fine. There's anyone still around that wants to ask any questions? That's fine. But if you're hanging out, if you're just hanging there to watch, that's fine as well. It's all good. It's all good. You can listen to me ramble on. I'm a good rambler. I could talk about things. Many things, but one of which I'm not going to talk about again is me going on about me trying to get a new rig, because I've been going on about that for so long now. Every stream I talk about me getting a Ryzen 9. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I think I've exhausted that topic out to the point of no more. But what I may do, I'm just thinking about it now though. If I finish streaming now, or soon anyway, I could probably do some streaming sessions of what's it called, of Phasmophobia. It'd be nice to do some Phasmophobia. I know a lot of people out there on Twitch probably busy watching what's it called, boring Cyberpunk, because Cyberpunk's a common game to people playing right now. But then again, it's a bit buggy. It's a buggy game. Do people enjoy watching games which are bugged, consistently bugged? I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky thing, you know, tricky question. I think I've been told people on the console have been hit hardest because the console one, obviously, console's limited in the spec, so it's always been a tricky thing to. It's a tricky build to remedy because obviously people on the PC have better specs, so you can get away with playing better versions of the game with higher specs. But on a console, you're in trouble. Really, you're stuck with the kind of same build. There's no escape from how to make the game work properly. And hello, Tor Jammy, welcome. Hello. Cyberbug, yep, Cyberbug. Have a little potato gnome. Boop. I'm just saying, I was thinking of streaming later on Twitch. I'm streaming on Twitch. I'm streaming on Twitch right now, but I was pondering to stream some Phasmophobia, a spooky horror game. I was just I'm just pondering that a lot of people on there are too busy watching Phasmophobia, too busy watching Cyberpunk, considering I've been hearing it's it's a bit unplayable as well for some people anyway, especially on console. Console I've been hit the hardest about it for what I've been hearing, and that's not good, but yeah, savage. Had this conversation yesterday on my Discord about the problem of it, which being that they launched it too early, way too early. When you launch an unfinished game, you're in trouble because people will blast at it, and people are blasting at it right now. I take it you didn't buy the game, Tojami. Did you buy the game? Did you buy Cyberbug 277? Someone actually offered to gift me the game, and I said don't, please don't, because I don't have the time to play it, and it's one of those sort of games that it's too big. It's too big to you have to commit time to it, and I as much as I would love to play it, I'm sure it's not my kind of game either. I'd probably get bored of it. I'd probably get bored. I like to play quick play games. Games that you can just quickly turn on, have a few games, then get back to work. Recently I've been playing Fallout 4, and that's been great. I have the game right now. Doesn't. It's, oh damn. Sorry to hear that. Yeah. See. Yeah, they've kind of shot themselves in the foot. They've shot themselves in the foot by doing this, and I think they've done this because they had no choice, because they delayed the game twice, and that can you imagine if they said it if they delayed it again? A lot of people would be very, very unhappy, and I think the stakeholders would also be unhappy about it. The trust of their of their game not being released on time, and obviously shares will probably go down as well, plummet. But it's a risk, and I think I think they should have delayed it, even at the cost of that. And obviously ignoring all the people complaining about it being delayed. I know there's always people complaining about games being delayed, but sometimes games should be delayed because they're not ready. And I think they did it. Didn't they? It's a shame, really, because it looks promising. Looks promising. Yeah. And I saw the updates. They said they're gonna update the game in January and then one in February. So that's gonna be a bit of a wait. That's like it's hard to know when you're going to actually have a chance to play a a working version of that. Especially if you're say you can't load it up. So that's savage. Is a more darker red there because it's a bit darker. There we go. Do you use Clip Studio or I use Photoshop? But I'm slowly going to move to Clip Studio at some point. I've noticed I saw an update. Someone mentioned to me an update that the latest update from Clip Studio is that you can import brushes from Photoshop to Clip Studio, and you can also do recordings, which is very interesting. I've tested it. It seems to work fine. My concern is I've not used Clip Studio properly enough for painting. I need to spend some time understanding the software. Shouldn't take long, but I want to move to Clip Studio because see what I mean. Like right now, you saw that there. This thing here. See that circle there? That was caused by either Photoshop or my PC. Happened again. There you go. It sometimes skips the pressure sensitivity. I'm not sure what's causing that. So it's kind of infuriating when it happens every time, and it means I have to erase it and fix it. Blooming annoying. So yeah. Hope that answers your question, by the way. Photoshop. Simple answer, Photoshop. But Clip Studio eventually. I do have Clip Studio EX on the installed, but I've not really 100% recommend I use that software. Yeah. Of course, I use Clip Studio for line work. So when I'm working on the comic, because I've got a web comic as well, I do all the line work on there. So it's the best software for comic work. I used to use Manga Studio. It used to be called Manga Studio. I used to use Manga Studio EX back in the day, and then they made like a European version, which is Clip Studio. So I bought Clip Studio instead when they announced that it's best to go with that than Manga Studio. So yeah, I've been following Clip Studio, Manga Studio for a long while now. So yeah, it's great software. But I've just not quite. I never really used it for painting because like I find that if you got software, if you use a software that does all the stuff for you, you got to find a new reason to learn something new. But if it's stuff that you already know, on another software, what's the point of learning something new? So, but I think given what Clip Studio can do now, I think it's a good time to start to move on. and it's a lot more lightweight as well. I've noticed it's a lightweight program, which is very forgiving on the RAM. So I'm definitely gonna consider maybe this weekend or this week, maybe tomorrow, to start learning more about the brush side elements of it, the brush tool sets and stuff. Right now I'm just using basic Photoshop brush, not really, but you can see there, making that blurb there. Oh, done it again. I have to keep undoing it every time it does that. So I'm not sure what causes that, because I'm thinking it's a Photoshop thing, but then I wonder if it's Wacom's or if it's a Windows thing. Oh, there you go. Undo. Really annoying. Do you use it? Oh, I normally use it. Oh, I normally use it to animate and illustrate. Now I have Photoshop brushes. I use it's even a bit more. By the way, I'm sorry, my bad English. I'm rusty. No, it's fine. Your English is fine. I understand it fairly well. No, no. Yeah, the animation. I've not used the animation on Clip Studio. I've not used it properly. I would like to use it. I've seen some. I think I would like to make some animations on it. But yeah, I need to learn it. There's so much to learn on that software. The only thing I know on it is the comic side. How to make the panels, how to use the perspective ruler, things like that. The basic stuff. But yeah, it's really so yeah. It's gone. Clip Studio has gotten good. It's gotten really good since it first began. So it's evolving a lot now, which is really good. I like that for sure. Let's get that nose in there. A bit more brown on there. His nose is a very tiny nose, but delicate nose, fox nose. Get that nosy in. Whoop. There we go. It's fine for it to make blotchy effects. Oh, no, it's done it again. See, it's done it again. Constantly doing it. It does it when it wants to. It's really annoying. It does it when it wants to. When I don't want it, it doesn't. When I try to force it to do it, it doesn't do it. Only happens when I don't want it to happen. See there. See, don't want it to happen. Then it turns up. Looks a bit purpley red. There we go. Bring that up there. There we go. Not sure what causes that. I'll do some research maybe this week and see what really is causing that. I got a feeling it's got to be a way to fix that. It's got to be a way to find a solution to that problem. But I guess the obvious solution is obviously move to CSP. Okay. So making some progress here. Get some of that darker value there. I'm just going under the eyes. There we go. There we go. And the other eye is also there, so it's just gonna bring that darker value. Just bring the darker value there. Go. It's got a black eye, but there we go. There we go. Bring the lighter value back. There we go. Yeah. Animation is fun, but also tiring. You're told by 2D and 3D. You're told by a 2D and 3D animation studio. Okay, so you're a 3D 3D animation. Is that what you're studying? Good. Very nice. Very nice. Animation is a very it's a very productive skill, if you know what I mean. Because there's a lot of redrawing and drawing and stuff to do, isn't there? Or a lot of redrawing of frames and stuff. I guess in 3D you don't have to worry about that, but in 2D, I can imagine the amount of work gone into going into each frame and stuff, or a lot of tracing and drawing and moving things slowly, and yeah. Yeah. I used to do animation back in the day, on my Amiga. Don't know if you know. Don't know if you heard of those computers. Amiga computers back in the day were really great machines for animation. I used to do 2D animation in that. Really simple ones. Wasn't that really. Still trying to get my hand around it. Yeah, you know it. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I was still yeah, I used to do 2D animations on that with the mouse. Oh, stupid line. Yeah, great times. Great times I had on that machine. But yeah, I didn't really pursue animation, which is a shame really, because you know, at the time, 2D animation wasn't really going anywhere. 3D animation was still unknown. So yeah, 3D animation was like a niche skill which you can't really learn anywhere either, which made it difficult, especially in the UK. Yeah, 2D animation was going nowhere. It's a very risky skill to learn, you know. So yeah, I didn't really pursue it. Well, I pursued more of the video game direction. Shame, really. I think I would have. I would have enjoyed a bit of the old animation-y stuff. It's like the economy, isn't it? The economy changes, and you have to like work your way around it. But now I think nowadays, I think 2D animation is pretty good to do, and same with 3D. Well, 3D is definitely 3D, because there's a lot of stuff you can do these days that will be handy. It's like for TV adverts, movies, obviously, and a lot of there's a rise in TV shows now. You know, TV on demand and stuff on the internet. So studios probably need animators to do stuff. So yeah. If you're on demand, it's good. It's a very good skill to get into, isn't it? So, have you thought about? Are you planning to work for like a studio, or when you pass your course, or you plan to work for yourself, or what's your objective in when it comes to doing animation? What's your goal? Your goal. Pretty new to the race, just learn the basic moves. Oh right, oh okay. I didn't study illustration. I did a video games course, so basically programming in video games. But at the same time, I did a lot of life drawing classes outside of university. So I used to go to a lot of life drawing classes every day. Every evening. Sorry, not every day. Every evening. So well, actually not every evening. I'd say more twice an evening. Not really. I studied for myself, but I went to a lot of life drawing courses, you know, life drawing classes. So you learn about drawing the form there and stuff like that, and through that I learnt a lot from books and stuff as well, you know, like actual master studies and stuff, and observation paintings, and from that I built my portfolio, because in the end of the day, illustration, it's all about what you can produce. You know, no one really cares about what your academic stuff is. You know, academic stuff doesn't really. I don't think it matters. You know, as long as you can produce good stuff, if you can produce good art, good good illustrations, and it's related to and if it's related to the industry you want to work for, and if they like it, they will hire you, isn't it? That's the, you know, that's the bottom line, isn't it? They'll hire you if your work is good enough to, you know, be in their you know, stuff, their company. So it's all about what you can produce, the goods. If you can produce good stuff, you shouldn't have a problem getting into it. I think that's always been the worry about most people. Like, if you can, I think if you can produce something that's great and it looks good, it ticks all the boxes what the company you want to work for does. They might come to you and say, look, hey, we've seen your work, we like it. Do you want to work for us? Here's some money. And you go, and then you go, thank you very much, I'll take your job. I'll work for you. Because I don't think art school, illustration schools and stuff will teach you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Your drawings speak for you. Yeah. So, because in the end, most illustration courses won't teach you. They'll teach you basically stuff about, you know, how to research things, how to study things, you know, how to, like, you know, make an observation of a particular artist, learn about that artist and stuff like that. You can do that yourself. You know, you can spend time learning about an animator. You can learn specific skills to, you know, you can learn that yourself. You can read up on a specific animator that you like. You know, if you know, for example, Cory Loftus, the guy who made the concepts for Zootopia. You know, you can spend a good month or two just studying his work. Study his work. You know, look at his work, understand how he draws things, understand what sort of media he uses. You know, to draw his work. To use, you know, and then create your own similar work based off his work. You know, you can do these things yourself. Colleges and stuff will teach you how to do those things, but I don't. You know, if you're paying loads of money to do something that is common sense, you know, research. You learn it by yourself. I guess good. Yeah. The best way to, I guess, the best way to learn is to see what industry, what the successful animators or illustrators out there are doing, and what they've done to get to where they got to. You know. So if there's a favorite if there's a favorite animator, professional animator out there that you like, you should look them up, see what they've done. You know, what they're doing right now, how they got to that, how they got there, and see what you can do to get to where they get to. You know, similar level. That's the best advice I can give, really, in terms of following the footsteps of a specific artist or animator or whatever. And if you follow them, if you do similar things as they do, the chances are you probably will end up where they are with hard work and the effort applied. Anything's possible, as they say, you know. A bit more brown there, darker value there. There we go. Have to hide that layer. There we go. Hide that layer for now. Cool. This fox is taking shape. I'm liking the look of it. There's more saturation on top of here. There we go. More saturation. More intensity. There we go. Add some intense oranges there, but maybe a bit more. There we go. A bit warm there. A bit warm there. There we go. I think I'll use you as a reference to implement my drawing style. Okay, if you want to use my, I don't know if I've got a drawing style. I don't know if I've got a drawing style, but feel free to do so. I mean, my inspiration artists have been John Singer Sargent. You should check out his art, John Singer Sargent. If you want to type his name, let me know. I'll type it in chat if you need to look him up. But he was my starting point. And Craig Mullins. Craig Mullins is another artist. You might have heard of him, I'm not sure. Craig Mullins. Two fantastic, phenomenal artists out there, which, yeah, I've known to look up to and use. Oh, blotch there. See a blotch appeared there. Oh, there we go. It's a foolish blotch. Okay, more shadow there. So I'm just basically just washing over some of these colours here just to get that look of lightness in there. Yeah. Please, yeah. Okay, give me a second. Let me just pause the recording. Okay, so the first artist is John Singer Sargent. And the other one is Craig Mullins. Craig Mullins. Yeah, those two artists they have a very similar style. I think Craig kind of took the ideas from Sargent. But both artists, their colour work is phenomenal. Phenomenal colour work. And phenomenal paintings. So yeah. I started from there. Yeah. Well, it depends on it depends on where you want to take your work. You know, what sort of style was you after? And I mean, what sort of style are you originally after for your work? I think that's the right way to. Is it more painterly approach or more toony? Because if you're going to animation, I guess you want to go down toony. I think. No. On Aaron Blaze. I know Aaron Blaze. Yeah, Aaron Blaze is another artist. Yeah, I've seen his art. The thing about Aaron Blaze is he tends to use a lot of filters and stuff, and I try to avoid his filter stuff. I mean, it's great, good artist, good animator, but I'm not sure. His work. He I mean, I do like his studies though. Animal studies. His animal studies are really good. But yeah, I like some of his stuff, but I don't like all of his stuff. Sadly, his yeah. Not saying he's bad. I mean, if you're an animator, it's probably worth checking out Aaron Blaze for sure. There's no doubt about that because he knows what he's doing. When it comes to animation, Aaron Blaise is probably the one to recommend for you know, that kind of stuff. But for oh, you have to do Toonie, but okay, realism. Okay. Yeah, yeah. In that case, Aaron Blaise would probably be the better choice for it. Then I guess he's really good at understanding animal form and applying that to animation. I don't know if you've seen his Disney film Brother Bear. That's good. Brother Bear's really good. I highly recommend it if you've not seen Brother Bear. He's oh. Okay, animation from class. Okay, cool. Oh. And welcome back. Oh, I thought Soft Chin was there and she disappeared. I think she's gone for the night, I think. I think that top lighting there is a bit too harsh. I wanted to push that back. There we go. Disney classic, yeah. Also Robin Hood, the classic Robin Hood. But the thing is, they use rotoscoping for that. So I guess in your animation you could use rotoscoping. It's an old technique, but people still handy to use. You know, if you want to use rotoscope. Just trace actions. Okay, so I guess the fox is kind of there, so I'm just going to start doing the foreground and background. That's done. I think the foreground and background, I don't think it needs much work. Let's see. I need to try and erase some of that BG stuff. What happens if I move this behind the fox? Yeah, well. Okay. So I'll probably have to go. Oh, get rid of that there. Get that in the background. Get that in the background. There we go. Let's wash that in. Damn, I talk so much. I forgot to ask you if you were comfortable talking and streaming. I talk. No, it's fine. You can ask questions. No, it's fine. It's fine to ask questions. Nothing wrong with that. That's the point of having the microphone on and talking away. You know, it's fine. That's the whole point of it. It's the whole point of it. It's the whole point of it. What was I doing? There we go. Hey. That one there. Okay, let's just bring that on there. It's going to soften this. Actually, you know what? I might start using. I want to start being sneaky and start using the texture brush for these smaller things. I think it might be good to use. There we go. There we go. Do you have Twitter? I do have Twitter. Yeah, I have. It should be on my description on the bottom. I think it should be on there. It's on my screen thing on the stream. Is that right? Hang on, let me just check. I forgot what my overlay is. Yeah, at the bottom. It says Twitter. Oh, there, down there, down there. Twitter. It's on the stream. It's on the stream. I forgot about that. See? Hopefully that helps. Oh. Yeah. I think the stream is a bit behind. I think there's a delay. So, it's cool. It's cool. I had to double check myself, so it's fine. I had to double check if I've getting these little leafy shapes in now. This is all going to be blurred away anyway, so. But I want to try. I want to try and make it at least leafy-like before I put it in. And I just forgot to put the border in. There we go. Border. So all these leaves are everywhere. It needs to have some form of structural shape applied to them. Otherwise, it looks a bit weird if I just blur them out as they are. It looks a bit bland. Excuse me. Just gonna move away, close these leafy backgrounds off. Just want to make sure I can see everything here. Okay. Oh, cool. Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Did you just find me on Picarto? Was he just browsing through the site and you just found my stream, or did you? It's interesting to know how folks find me. You know, because I posted it in various places. The stream, but so it's good to know. Oh, thank you. Yeah, had a yeah, I got an itchy nose there. Itchy nose. Every time I stream, I get an itchy nose, or it causes me to sneeze. It's I think that streaming causes that every time. Every time I've streamed, I've either had a itchy nose or a bit of a sneeze. It's weird. Always happens when I stream. It's the weird thing about it. That's yeah, okay. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I'm always intrigued about how folks find me because I mean, obviously I post on channels and stuff like that, you know, websites and stuff. But oh, okay, yeah, that's a good approach. Good approach. yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, interesting to know how folks find me because when people discover me, it's a nice way because they've never seen me before. That's fine, and or never heard of me. Whereas if I post in channels and stuff, obviously people already know you because people know who you kind of are because you post on there often. So it's no, it's interesting. It's nice to know that Picato ways, Picato way you can still get discovered. It's not just a random. Not just, oh no, oh, sorry, random is fine. Yeah, random way is the right way, but not just from the usual way of posting somewhere. It's like here I am streaming right now. It's good. Actually, let's see what it looks like now if I let's merge this down. Just want to see how it looks when I blur this because I don't want it to be the focal point, but I just want it to be pushed away. Gaussian blur. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I need to get really good at floral. I've not done floral shapes in a while, so that's the other. Oh, floral shapes is let's do that again. There we go. Yeah, gotta get the floral shapes in. I have to. I might do maybe I may do like a study of like a floral flowers study or something, more flowers and stuff. Because you can easily cheat with this. You can easily cheat and just use like a flower brush. You can just do that. But then by doing that, you're not really learning. You're not learning how leaf patterns work. How do they work? You're just basically just using, you know, tools, to fulfill that, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's useful to know. You know, I think it's useful to know, how things work. Oh, the blood. Yeah, yeah. It looked fine, but yeah, I'm picky. I'm very picky. I'm like, it may look good, but I can make it better. You can make it better. Um, it's good to address these things. Take the time to address them and. Where's the other layer? Oh, that's the other one. That's the other one there, yeah. So I'm going to bring that one up as well. Just going to start putting this in. Just basically bringing these two values together, just to give it like a sense of. I find the best way to paint backgrounds is find some nice landscapes. Like in America, you get those big mountains and stuff. Paint mountains. You'd be surprised how much you can absorb from that. Yeah, it's mountains are a great way to. Landscapes are easy and they're fun because you can't go wrong with mountains. You can't go wrong with them. It's just a block of rock. Oh, our YouTube music stopped again. I have to keep telling it to play. Yes, music. There we go. Let me just do like a quick repost as well. Just pause a second. There we go. Give me a second. It's gonna take long. Change info. Let's cut that out. And yeah, try it. I'd use a large brush. Use a large brush. Maybe chalk. Maybe chalk brush is good. Chalk brushes are pretty nice to use. Um, and just paint it out and see what happens. Don't use any opacity. Just hard color. So it's a good way to chisel in colors and values. It's a great way to do it. Do it as thumbnails. Start off with thumbnails. Thumbnails is a great way to do something quickly and not worry too much about detail. Because all you're looking at is composition. You're looking for the composition of it all. What's it on? Safe for work. Safe for work sessions making fun. Finalize. There we go. That and delete submission. There we go. Good. I was like doing like a paint reminders on painting reminders. Oh, me. Okay, back to the painting. Resume the recording. There we go. Yeah, I found painting smaller thumbnail pieces is a lot more fun because you can you can really go for it and not worry too much about mistakes, because it's not about making mistakes, it's about understanding what you're doing. And yeah, worth a try. So I'm gonna try and blur this away now. I'm gonna try this. Let's try blurring this out. Blur, as in blur. That's fine. Okay, let's try the front blur. Blur. There we go. And then that blur there. There's a lot of blurring going on here. It's on different layers as well, so it's going to be a bit of a mess. But there we go. And I think that's I blurred the long. I blurred it wrong. Let's do it again. That. Bring those together. Merge that together. Bring that to top. I'm going to start. I should probably label these properly in a minute. And there we go. In fact, that should be what goes in. This brings a bit more out of the way, I think. Let's do that again. It's the Fox. There we go. Just duplicate that. Merge down. There we go. So what I may do, I might have to separate some of these layers out a bit more as well. Probably selective. There we go, like that. Like so. What is that layer on? That's the front. Yeah, it's the front part. So I might actually get rid of these. Get rid of that. There we go. So this front part, those are the front ones, foreground ones. Those can probably be blurred out to oblivion, I think. Here we go, some of that. But then you have things like this at the front, which you can probably just a tad bit move around a bit. Oh. There we go. Blurred, but not blurred totally. Just give it a little shake, and shaking it tends to just push it away. So are you from the EU? I'm from the UK. I'm from the UK. So I guess we're not in the. Well, I guess we're not in the EU anymore. We're not. We're no longer part of the EU. But we're kind of stuck in limbo. I think. You know, UK's kind of stuck somewhere. Hard to say where, but it's stuck somewhere. I'm just gonna undo that. I'm just gonna keep a copy of this because it's nice to keep copies of these renders for purposes of reference. People want to copy. People need the PSD for the on Patreon and stuff like that. I like to keep these things handy. There we go. That's the back though, so that's fine. I might do a little glow on that at the end. So from here as well. So I've got things like that happening there as well. So I've got mishmash of backgrounds happening, so I need to find out where they all are. That's that. Oh, it's that one, okay. So that should go under the fox, I think. Yeah, oh no, they'll go under the fox, that's not good. Yeah, it should go above the fox. There we go. Trying to remember where everything is. Everything is in terms of oh, what's happened there? Okay. Getting lost in my own layers again. I'm getting lost in my own layers. That's what's happening. Right. So that's that. That's that. And so if I get rid of this layer, there's that. Okay. So this is the copy. Let's copy this across. So copy that, and then move that up into where this is. Hide that layer. So now if I open this again, hide that. Yeah, this is a copy of it. So yeah, that's better. So if I hide that, yeah, on the foreground. So there's a few things I need to move. Yeah, I've kind of just done. I've kind of like a mishmash layer of all various things going on there. So it's a case of hiding things and knowing things where things are. But I might just wing it here and just. So I've probably made a copy of that. So I can probably burn this down. Right. Smudge tool. It's going to smudge this out the way a bit. Oh. Bring that down as well. There we go. There we go. Put that in. Just gonna fix that there. 50%. So I'm basically just winging it here, just making it all look as pretty as possible. And that's one of the same layers. Great, good. Usually, yeah, this is a bit of a mucky way of doing it. No, I would not recommend this. But if it gets the stuff done, gets the picture done, that's good. Ideally, I should be breaking it all down into separate layers. So I might do that now actually. So, in fact, I'll do it now actually, because I don't think that's the better way to do it. So all this stuff from here is all foreground. So I should probably cut that out. There we go. Right. So this should be. That's foreground. That stays above the fox. Everything underneath should stay behind the fox. There we go. The PG. So in fact, I should go down here. I'll go down here, down to here. Yeah, let's stay down here. Yeah, with this. You'll stay with this stuff down here. That's what I should have done. I didn't do it in the first place. Okay, so if I do bring this up, close, delete that, I'll call it foreground. Get rid of the foreground blur. You know, what I may do near the end when I'm done with everything, I'll probably clean this up and put it into its proper places. But for now, it's gonna stay as this. Just gonna refine these a bit more, these shapes, get it all nicely laid out, because I've kind of tweaked it around, but I didn't really spend more time with it as I should, and I think I should. Still recording, so that's good. Still doing those things. I'm just going to erase that line for a second. I'm just going to carry on. I'll focus on the foreground stuff later. Just want to get all this. Sorry, the foreground, the super foreground. Right now, I just want to get all these little foreground leaves done. Then worry about the foreground for depth. Yes, yes. Depth's important because I want to try and show that depth without, you know, totally ruining the piece. Because there's a lot of leaves going on, there's a lot of foliage, but there's also foliage which is also pushing. There's very foreground, which is all these blurred out areas. So these ones are really up close. But then you have the foreground stuff, which is what we see, which is partially blurred, and then you have like the background stuff. So super foreground, sort of like four foreground, and then the fox, and then the background. So there's like one which is really close, up close to our face, and that's the one that I've taken out for the moment because it was getting in the way. But it's also down here as well. This is the front foreground, but I've kind of merged it into one layer at the moment. But what I will do, I'll just basically might smudge it away by hand, you know, just to get it all done right to a point where I think it's okay to use. But yeah. There we go. I think sometimes using the texture brush, blocky texture brush, can always be a good way of just abstracting in shapes and getting everything you need in there without too much. Because I still haven't done the detail part in there, but I guess the leaf part is not really the focal point of this piece, but just enough to, you know, get the fox noticed. Okay, so if I did that now, if I blur this out a bit, see Gaussian blur, hide the bottom part, there we go. Yeah, see, that's too close, the depth there is way too, so I guess this is where what I'll do now is, actually if I do it again, do Gaussian blur, I'm going to mask this, keep the one of them underneath on, and then I'm going to start slowly remove away some of these. So that one stays, so I'm keeping some of them, but not keeping all of them. There we go, things like that. Soft chin returns again. Soft chin returns. So this leaf here, I might spend some more time on it, just a little bit more. But everything else may require a bit more TLC. So I'm going to blur this out a bit more. I'm just going to hide that as well. So I'm hiding a few things and keeping other things in the painting. Pop in things. Maybe keep a bit of that as well. Then, right, so where's that background gone? There we go, that's this stuff. Now, so this stuff I can probably blur that away. Definitely blur that away. Blur. There we go. There we go. That becomes a bit out of that. Let's get rid of the line work. It's a BG there. There we go. BG line's gone. What else can I? Let's see. What else can I remove? Oh, that's gonna stay. Sorry. Line's gone. Where is that? There we go. That's the part there. Yeah. Where's that blocking part of that? Ah, okay. Ah, okay. So that was part of that. Okay. So what I can do is keep that, merge those two together. I'm gonna basically just do a little smudge session there. So what I want to do is I want to paint over this again, slight paint over, so basically add more green into that area there. A bit more yellow or orange. Here we go. Like so. Trying to copy that shape there. Try and get as close as possible anyway. Oh. And then I can probably, if I just do Gaussian blur again, there you go, that can knocks it back a bit more. And that part there I can probably so. Yeah. Yeah, I won't touch the background that much more anymore now because otherwise I'll mess it up. So let's see the foreground. So we've got the foreground stuff. I think the foreground blur's there as well. Yeah, so let's blur this out even more. This requires a mega blur because it's like, oof, super close, super close. There we go, something like that. A bit more on that, and then the leaf. So that leaf there. See, this is where I can really push in that. That green should be a bit more. Here we go. A bit more heavy, saturated green. There we go, like that. So we can really. I'm just basically just observing what I see here, so I'm not gonna. I mean, you can spend hours on these kind of things, but I'm gonna. Keeping it fairly abstract in terms of what I see. There we go. Yeah. Otherwise, I'll be here all day getting that leaf right. I'll be here all day trying to fix that darn leaf. It's all about just getting what's right done the best you can anyway. Green there. There we go. Yeah. So if we just blur that a bit more now, just add a bit more smudge here, just a smudge. Oh, actually, that's on the bottom layer there. So in fact, I can probably stay. That can probably stay as is, I think. But this part here, I think I can probably push this back a bit. There we go. Oh, on this part, sorry. There we go. Let's get that fixed there. There we go. I think the music stopped again. YouTube. Oh, no, it hasn't. It's still there. Put the volume down on mine. Tamoji, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Yeah, see, yes. You get a better you get a better stream on Twitch than on Picato. Picato's a bit funny. It's a bit of a weird platform. Cool. Okay, now back to the Fox. We're spending too much time on this, on that blooming thingy bob. There's so much for the Fox to do. So next one is detail. So this is where you can have the fun now. This is where the fun begins. I'm gonna call this Fox Cub Final. Fox Cub Final. And of course, detailed layer. There's a lot of mess here. I'm gonna start cleaning this up, I think. So let's clean it up now, actually. Foreground fix. Okay, foreground fix. Of course, foreground. Foreground. I'm going to start moving these up now because I don't think I need all these other things underneath. So, do I? I actually don't need it. I can probably clean up after, so that's fine. Background. 1, 2, 3. BG. I'll bring that up. I'll keep a copy of that. Close it. Bring it up. There we go. There we go. So this is like the final, or like what we have now. So that can stay. So yeah, BG, Fox Cub, foreground, and then the super blurry at the front. So that's what we have. That's what we have. So we can now work on the detail. So this is where we can have a bit of fun with the hard round brush, general hard round brush, and start adding in all these little strands of fur and stuff, which has been waiting to do for a while. Yeah, there we go. So that's a bit of a orangey kick to it as well. Glow, but it also has some reddish there as well. So what I may do, I may just line these up, and then I can probably do like a color mask on it, so I can bring it up a bit more. You know. What time is it? Oh, it's gone past midnight. Normally I normally stop my stream after 2 hours, but I'm trying to aim for getting this finished. Get it finished and shipped. There you go. Mm. Let's go for the ones with so much help, so much hair. Boy, so much fur. Goodness gracious. Gonna be here for a while. So this is where I guess you can use some kind of tool or something to create all these, but I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way and just strand them in. So I might need a bit of fur here and there, just little strands, just little pips here and there, nothing too crazy. Extra fluff time, yeah. So I'm not spending. I don't want to spend too long doing each strand, but enough to show that something's there. You know, like the shape of it, like that. So you don't want to, because if you spend time doing every single strand, you're gonna be all day. That's madness. It's madness. So I'm only applying it where it matters, and everything else will speak for itself. You know. So maybe add a bit more light here, just a bit more. There we go. A bit more value there. Maybe some yellow. Maybe some. There we go. Same here. With yellow in there. Yellow. Just follow in the direction of the fur. Pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. Keeping it in the direction makes it easier, since you know where the fur is flowing. Once you see this is one of the things you need to know about when drawing critters. You know, if you know how the fur flows, it gets a bit easier. It gets a bit easier how to paint these things. So the fur is going in that kind of direction. So yeah, very handy. Very handy to know. Very handy to know. Bit of fluff down there. Little fluff. This little fella. Little fluff around there. Just find the muzzle. Just a little. Look at that. Just a little bit, little subtle little strokes. Nothing. You know, nothing. No, I'm not really going that hard on it. I don't want to overcomplicate it, because then it becomes way like a bit too complex for doing every single strand, but enough just to show it's there. You know, just like, yeah, boom, done. Same here as well. Just a little, oh, bit too heavy-handed there. Just enough subtle. There we go. Because there's more light coming in, so I want to try and there we go. And emphasize more on the lighting, that lighting coming in, those orangey hues there, because there's hints of it coming down. I need to put some there as well. In fact, these are like a little wash of it, little subtle washes. That's what it needs. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this part is the you know, the detail part is the best part of painting. I guess you can just really go crazy, but you have to be careful how much detail you put, because too much detail you lose the, you know, the point of the interest is the face. Spend time as much as you can on the face, but never get lost in the other things as well. I'm still keeping the structure. Basically, structure's still there. I want to keep that structure intact. I don't want the detail to overlap the structure, because the moment you lose the structure, you lose you'll lose the form with all this fluff everywhere. It's just gonna be a fluff face. Only the face? Yeah, yeah, because it's what's going to draw attention. I want people to draw. I want people's attention to be drawn to the face. You know, when you look at it, it's the fox's face you want to see. You don't want to see. I don't want people to look at the leaf. The leaf's not important, is it? This leaf is not important. It's, as bad as it is, it's a bad leaf. Forget the leaf. I don't want you to look at the leaf. Ignore the leaf. The leaf is not there. It's not the purpose of this painting. It's the fox cub. We're here to see the fox cub. So that's what I want to make sure that the piece emphasizes on. The there we go. Just gonna hide that again. It's a bit more white on here. Just a little bit of white. There we go. There's a lot of strong valued white here because the lighting is so intense. The intensity of this lighting is so good on this wall. So it comes down on here as well. It's just on a kind of tuft. There you go. Emphasizing that tuft. When they have that orangey value there, just a little bit. There we go. Just making more of these hairy marks here. I'm trying not to make them different, so it's not all the same. So it gives that ununiformed look. Ununiformed is always good. So it looks, all over the place. And then some of that gold value in there now. Let's put that gold tinted color as well. So I'm bringing this in just to the edge, so it's not full outline. That nice break there on the cheekbone, so it shows that the lighting is not coming in from the side. It's coming from a direction. It's coming from behind, I think. Yeah, so it's not fully outlined in, which is good. I like that edge. That the edges gives it a bit more chance for the lighting to that's beautiful. Like that kind of fold. Beautiful. That's a bit value drops here by the ear, which is fine. So it's a bit more dark here, a bit more cooler. Even gets to the top part here yet, so that's so here, I mean, it's all curly, so it's going to be kind of curly. It's fine. Let's do a few curling around like that. It's a funny little fellow, funny little curls, and then I'll do another layer on top of that with white. So it's just a layer, just ones that are, ones that matter. All over the place, makes it look more natural. And yeah. So I'll go back here again. I can maybe do some more darker browns, just to actually a bit more opacity. There we go. Yeah. There's some brown on the ears there. That's fine. And then just a light brown on the ear tufts. Just a little brownish there. There we go. some on there as well, just to give it a little tap there. A bit more light there, and a bit more yellowy. There we go. See, like it. Okay, right. So the eyes. That's this. Actually, before I go to the eyes, the brow on this side. I didn't really get to that side. Didn't do the brow on this side. So let's get the brow done here. So again, just follow direction. Again, just keeping that direction. It's also got whiskers as well. I forgot about it, so I need to remind myself to do the whiskers at the end, because the whiskers is the last thing I normally do on the fox. Because yeah, there've been times where I've painted foxes and I've forgotten to do the whiskers, and then when I go to upload it, I realise that, oh yeah, whiskers, yeah, whiskers. I forgot to do that, so need to. Last thing to do. Yeah, it's the common thing I always forget to do sometimes. Like it's like everything's done, and I realise that, oh yeah, the whiskers. Damn, they're gonna be done. Damn. So that's the last. That'll be the last thing. Oh, there we go. It's happened again. Where the pressure just disappears to oblivion. Not sure what it's doing, why it does that, but okay. The nose as well needs to be. I think the nose is fine. I don't need to touch it, but I might just give it a little tension there. Sometimes I find that when you render stuff out, you don't need to touch it again. It's all good. There's no need to mess around with it. It's fine as it is. The detail should just be should take care of it. So got a weird angle here because the pictures are so wide. Did it again. See, did it again there. Just trying to. Oh, happened again. Oh, it happened again. happens when the piece is under strain. I think the memory is under strain, or something. When the CPU is under strain, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know if the CPU can handle me streaming and recording and doing multiple things, and I think it's. Just trying to cope with it. Okay. Right, the eye is. I think the eye is fine. Maybe just a little bit more. Go. I think the eye is fine. I think I don't want to touch. I don't really want to. If it's fine, don't. There's no point of messing around with it. It's always fine. That eye there is also fine. Just needs a bit more. Oh. I think this eye is a little bit more closer to the thing. So what I want to do, this is where I can do some trickery here. Oh, what did happen there? Copy, paste. There we go. There we go. See what happened? I've just basically shifted the eye a bit. So I want to just fix that, overlay that. There we go. That's better. So yeah, it's good. So yeah, just shifting the eye to the just a notch to the right. I felt it was a bit too close to what it was, where it was, so I can live with that. And yeah, maybe a bit, I think maybe a bit up. There we go. Yeah, it's better. Yeah. Yeah, trying to get the eyes to be. I mean, it's not really wise to get the eyes symmetrically right, but I guess in this case you want to try and get it close as possible, maybe, just to make it close and nice and possible, nicely. Most people might think, oh, you know, if one's eye's bigger than the other, or oh. There we go. Okay, so that reflection is so close to the eye there. I'll have to, there we go. Down a bit. There we go. I'll have to knock it back a bit, knock that little reflection back a bit. Oh, I don't make it too prominent. I think because otherwise it actually was based on that reflector in there. It's okay. It's fine there. With this craziness to try and get it as close as possible. Unbelievable. Okay, so just the whiskers left, and then I think I'm done with this. I don't know. Well, actually, the neck fur as well. Neck fur hair. Oh. Add a bit more beige to that. There we go. So the cool thing is, near the end of this piece, I can then use a bit of trickery of Photoshop to change the curves. Curves is basically handles the color control of the entire piece or segments and layers and stuff. So I can then add and remove color or manipulate color where I need to give it a more natural look. It's one of the nice things about Photoshop. You can do these kind of trickery things to make things look interesting. So what I'm doing here is, as you can see there, it's the cheek is blending away. I'm doing that illusion, creating that illusion where it disappears. You know, the fur actually merges away into that cheek there, onto down the neck. So one of the nice things about painting is like knowing when to apply these kind of illusions. So it's kind of there, but it's not there, sort of thing. Yeah. I've given my fox looks a bit more cheeky looking than the one, and it looks more stretched, but that's fine. I like the way I've done mine. I think looks pretty. Has a bit more. Looks more cutty. Yeah, cutty. That's a cutty word. I like that word. Cutty. Nice. But that's the beauty of these studies. You see, you can apply your own touch to it. I mean, whilst it's a study, but play around with it, have some fun with it as well. Otherwise, you'll end up just basically just copying something without any, personality. You got to sometimes go in there and say, look, right, I'm going to do this. Give it some, me to it, you know, my own flair to it. Add some green there, just a bit more green, just a little light hazel green, just to give it that natural feel of the surrounding elements. A bit of green there as well, green there. A bit of green on the neck fur as well, just a little wash. Can't see it, but it's really subtle glowy green. So you can see on the, oh, you can't see the palette, so but it's like green colour. So it's reflecting light. Have my attitude, exactly. Give the fox attitude, because they need it. Just gonna fix this muzzle thing. So there you go. And I think it's ready for the whiskers now. So what I do now, try to make little dots. So I'm just gonna pick a really subtle grey value. I'm just gonna pinprick it here. 1, 2, 3. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And okay, so one from here to here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Oh, I zoomed in too much there. So that's the dots. I've got a whisker dots. And we'll do whiskers left, and then make a copy of that, and whiskers right. I try not to. I normally sometimes put whiskers on one layer, but then it becomes a hassle to move them around. I'm green and yellow colourblind, so don't differentiate. Okay. Oh man, being colourblind can be tricky. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really. I don't know what the experience of being colourblind, but I can imagine it's probably not good. Not be able to see colour. Oh, yeah, I feel for you, man. Oh, it's way too strong there. No, way too strong. Down some more. No, way too strong. I think we're going down to 3. Yeah, 3. 3's a respectable layer. 1. Okay, right. So whiskers right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Okay, next one. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. So just gonna erase some of these back a bit, just a tad bit. There we go. That's the left. That's the right. Just gonna cut them back a bit. Cool. I think we're happy. I'm happy with this. So I can now, as I mentioned before, with the color curves technique, if I do this, bring the curves in, I can now, if I apply it directly to the fox, you'll see some color changes. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So if I do undo on that, undo that again. If I want more green, see it changing. Well, there's a slight change. You will see if you're colorblind, you won't see it, but. Will you add brills to his nose? What's the brill? You mean the little markings? I can probably mark some markings on it. There we go. I think that's better. Yeah, there that's better. That's a nice glow. Leave that glow on him. The brill's on his nose. What does brill mean? Sorry. My definition of understanding of brills. Let me Google that. What does brill mean? Brills. Definition. Oh yes, you're right. Yes, the little print. Yes, the mark. Oh yes, you're right. Let's look. Yeah, I think mine's a bit still flatty, isn't it? Let's do that. Let's turn off the filter. Let's clean this up a bit. Because I did touch upon it, but I didn't really want to focus too heavily on the nose. Oh. Just be. I think some greys in there. Has some grey, hard greys. There we go. There's also some brown, light browns coming in from the side. Some light brown there, and curves in. There we go. Oh, see, that happened there again. The Photoshop decided to just throw me a heart. Oh, they did it again. There you go. Yeah, I think it's to do. Oh, happened again. I think it's to do with the CPU. I think the CPU cannot handle. Or something's not working. Something's not. There you go. Bleeding annoying that is. Needs to stop. Oh, did it again. See, keeps breaking. Keeps breaking the precision sensitivity. Keeps breaking the pressure there. I don't know what's causing that. Something is causing it. I'm not sure. But I'm hoping next year I'm gonna get a I'm going to be upgrading this PC to a Ryzen 9. So I might do it I might do it in January. Buy it straight away. And then I use a Wacom. It's a Wacom Intuos 4. I mean, the tablet's fine. I think it's to do with something to do with this. It could be to do with software. It could be a software problem. It could be a Photoshop problem. Because like this doesn't happen on Clip Studio. Clip Studio doesn't do this. Hey, it's going to happen again. Oh, did it again. Oh, dear, oh dear. But again, keeps happening every time I make a stroke. It's kind of infuriating. Oh, happened again. That sounds I have to keep undoing is bad. How's it going, Doom? G'day. Cheers, man. I might be joining on the voice maybe later. I think I'm coming near to the end of the stream, I think. So I might jump on the voice after and just chill out a bit. And sweet. How's things with you, man? How's you looking forward to Christmas? Can you believe it? It's like a week left, almost a full week. Yeah, today's Friday, isn't it? Yeah, today's Friday. Full week left. We've got 1 week left. Christmas is finally here. his nose in there. Okay, I think that nose is getting as much TLC as I can. Oh, leave that. There we go. Oh, zoom out. Yeah, all right. Oh, close tab group. What is that? Actually, what is that mark in there? Where is that coming from? Is that coming from detail? Yeah, it is coming from detail. I'm just going to fix that. Oh. Some bit of fur going upwards here. Did it just make a stroke there? It's telling you this is like driving me insane now. Okay, that's that. Okay, I'm just gonna fix it here, I think. Okay. That light brightness on the eye is a bit too strong. I'm just going to knock it down. I can just knock it down by 90%, I think. 90% stroke. There we go. Yeah, not too strong. Yeah, cool. Right, yeah. I'm not going to touch any more now. I think this one's done. Cool. Okay, this one's done. I'm going to stop recording at 2 hours 30 minutes on the recorder. It's gonna... Cheers, Doom. Cheers, Tajumi. Yeah, I'm satisfied with this. For a, I think this took about 4 hours, give or take. Just, you know, doing. I mean, there's still things you can do. I can probably still add like a filter just to bump up the fur on the top, a bit more brighter, a bit more contrast. But that's finishing touches you can easily do. So I'm happy with that. So let's save this recording on my drive. There we go. Saved. Cool. Yeah. Mine's a bit more rounder, but I can accept that. I like a roundy fox head. Cool. Right, it's nearly 1 o'clock here, so I'm gonna have to stop here, and I'm gonna jump on the voice on Discord for a while, and then I will probably go to bed at some point. But yeah, I'm gonna do some other work I need to get on with. So yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. It's been a pleasure. I'll try and be around tomorrow for another kind of what I may do, because it's always been the case with Fridays. I might do like a game stream before I do an art stream. So I might around this time, you know, as I normally start for safer work stuff, I'll do a game stream. I'm not sure what game to play. I'll try and think of something, but maybe do a game stream and then jump into a not safe for work stream after. It's funny that people turn up now. More people turn up now on the stream than they were before. What's going on? Yeah, it's been nice. It's been a pleasure to draw for you guys. Yeah, it's been good. So I had to go make had a call to make. That's fine. I'm going to be ending my stream here now. So good Americans for this again. Okay, cool. No, that's fine. No. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back, no doubt, tomorrow around the same time. I'm trying to balance out my time for streaming because I don't want to stream too much because there's a lot of work to do. But I'm happy to do these because it keeps me on the edge of doing things, so it's nice. So yeah, cool. Right, I'm gonna. Cool. Oh, what's going on there? What's happened there? 1 second. What's going on there? Camtasia opened up for no reason. All right, I need to make notes of that to not do that. Cool. So yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. Again, thanks for joining me. I'll try and be back for tomorrow for game on Twitch. Probably be streaming. I'll probably be on Twitch first for gaming, then in the evening for Picato. So it'll be a weird crossover. But yeah, that's the idea. This is what I used to do back in the day. I used to stream on Fridays. I'll play a game on Friday and then jump on to Picato after for a cheeky Twitch goodness. I'm not sure what game though. Might be Phasmophobia. I'm not sure. Might be Fallout. I've been playing Fallout for a bit, so I could just run around doing Fallout stuff. Or I want to play what's it called? I want to play Resident Evil remake. I've got the Resident Evil remake, but I can't stream it because the PC can't handle it. I guess I'm thinking all this is happening right now is because the PC it can't handle it. Let me just reach out the task manager. Spooky Games is good, man. Spooky Games is good. Task manager. I'm trying to check the task manager for my usage, memory performance usage. I mean, it's 55%, so it's still fine. I'm not sure what's causing it. I mean, the CPU is at 36%, so I don't understand what's causing the spikes. We'll never know. It's a forever conundrum. Okay, well, okay. I've been talking too much. I think I should probably... Actually, I could... Let me just see. I could probably switch to Twitch only right now and play some games, because I want to play some games. I could play some games. Some Deep Rock Galactic. I'll have to switch to... I'll have to switch to... what do you want to call it? Twitch, I think. I don't know if I can play it directly through here, because it'd be weird if I play it through here. So I might play some Deep Rock Galactic. Because I need to do some gamins. Also been peckish. DRG. Let me just check something. Because I think first things first is to delete all the places that I've mentioned that I'm streaming, because obviously I don't want people joining in and find out. Well, hang on, wait a minute. He's not streaming art. He's playing some video games. That's bad. He'll be playing video games. So yeah, what I'll do, I'm gonna close the stream down here for now. If I do come back, it'll probably be on Twitch. So yeah, I think that'd be easier rather than doing it this way. So anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. If you see me again online later, it's probably be playing some DRG, just mucking around on it. But if not, have a good evening, have a good day, and hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow. Till then, keep watching the skies. Keep watching the skies, and I'll see you then. Ciao for now. Where's the exit button? Oh, there's the exit button. Okay. Bye. Bye.